Thanks for joining us here at Functional Bliss, where Audra and Jessica will guide you through exercises and wellness techniques to help you live your best life every day. It's in the name after all, Functional Bliss. Before you do anything else, click like and subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know whenever we put up a new video. To join our Blissful Gang for live Zoom classes where you can get more direct suggestions and encouragement, go to our website and sign up. Check the class description below for any equipment needs, grab your gear, and let's get started.
We are ready to get started with our weights class today. So all we're going to need is a couple sets of dumbbells. One set will be fine if that's all you've got. You can even use soup cans. I don't care. But if you do have some lighter and some heavier, we'll have some exercises where you'll have the opportunity to use those. All right, warming up with our feet hip width apart. Starting with our nice gentle arm swings, moving through our back. Waking everything up just a little bit. And then if everything is feeling good, turn in a little further, raising our heels. If it's still feeling good, maybe go a little faster. Maybe swing those arms out a little higher. Let everything really go. Start getting the blood flowing. 2 more. To each side. And then bringing everything back in the middle, going right into our side bend. Beautiful. Couple more of these. And then moving into our forward reaches. Nice, and then bringing everything back in, going into that high knee march, swinging the arms, still keeping the whole body going. Nice. Lift those knees up maybe a little higher. Beautiful. 2 more on each leg. Perfect. And then some nice big hip circles in one direction. And then go the other way. And then bringing your feet back in, pedal out the ankles a little, wiggle the fingers, rotate the wrists. Let's get those hands and wrists and ankles moving. Perfect. And then wiggle the toes for a minute too. Nice. Got to make sure we take care of our feet too. Everything else balances on them. All right, starting with a deadlift with a cross hammer curl. So what that's going to look like is you're going to do your deadlift, and then as you come up, you're going to do an arm, another deadlift, and then the other arm. You're bringing it, instead of out in front, you're bringing it across your body. It's just going to change how it hits those bicep muscles a little bit. All right, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Good hip hinge, nice flat back. Beautiful. You guys look amazing. Halfway done already. 10 seconds to go, guys. You got this. And time. Beautiful. All right. From here, we are going to go into a lateral step over with an overhead press. Sounds complicated, but you're literally just stepping side to side. Now, if you're worried about hitting your toes on the dumbbell, you can use a pillow or a rolled up towel. Grab your weights for your overhead press. You're going to hold them up above your shoulders. Step over, press up, step over, press up. Super simple. All right, here we go. Perfect. Now remember, don't straighten those elbows all the way. You never want to walk them out. So keep that little soft bend even at the top of your press. "20 seconds to go. Almost there. Time. Nice work. All right, set those weights down for just a second. Maybe grab a lighter set, because what we're going to do next is a back fly and a front raise. So you're going to be in that 45-degree position with the nice flat back, opening out for the big hug for the back fly, but then raising them up in front and just alternating those two movements. We're going to hit all the parts of the back with this one. All right, here we go. Out to the side, up in front. Perfect. Now, check in with your shoulders on this one, especially that front raise. Make sure you don't have any clicking or popping or any pain. If you do, you may need to lower your range of motion a little bit or change how you're holding the weight. So instead of facing down, maybe face them in and see if that helps. "20 seconds to go here. Now, if palms down, everything feels fine. You can go ahead and do the palms down. But if it doesn't, make any adjustments you need to. Time. All right, up next, we have a squat hold with a twist. So I'm gonna grab a heavier weight for this one. Up to you what you wanna do. You're gonna get a squat you can hold for a full minute, and then you're just twisting side to side, keeping that core nice and tight. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Check in here. You want your weight to be going down through your heels, not into your toes. So I like to accomplish that by lifting my toes off the ground. Helps me make sure I'm sitting back into my heels, which is better for your knees and helps you hold that squat in a safer position overall. Halfway done. Almost there. Time. Perfect. All right, next up we have a halo. You guys have done this one with me before. So grab the weight that's right for you for those shoulders and triceps. You're gonna hold the weight right in front of you, snake it around as close into your neck and head as you can, watching out for your bun. We'll do 30 seconds in each direction. Here we go. Beautiful. Remember, we're trying to keep our upper body as still as possible, keeping the weight around our head, not our head around the weight. It can be a little tricky until you get the hang of it. Switching directions now. If you're struggling to keep your upper body still, focus on pulling your belly in and drawing your rib cage in towards each other, in towards the center. That'll help kind of stabilize everything for you. Almost done. Time. All right, last one is a weighted alternating calf raise. Now, again, it sounds kind of complicated, but you're just gonna hold a weight, go into that little half crouch, and then you're just pedaling your feet out, raising one side and then the other side. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Now, a key to this one is that nice long spine. So you want your head, neck, and back in a straight line, tucking the tail under just a little bit, just so you're not like curving your back. You want to tuck your tail and kind of draw your chin in just a little bit, keeping everything nice and aligned. That way you're working your core while you're burning out your calves. 15 seconds to go. You got this. Time. Whew. All right. That is the end of our first set. Go grab some water. I'm going to get my chair set up for the second set, and then we'll be ready to go. Now, I'm going to do the second set, demonstrating the seated versions, but you can do whatever you like, seated or standing. So get in position for that deadlift, however you're doing it. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Now for the seated version of this, keeping your legs in, and then just coming up and adding that hammer curl. Pushing down into the floor with your heels. It may be easier to do a regular hammer curl than a crossbody in the seated position. Play with it and see which one works best for you. The regular hammer curl just comes forward instead of in front of your body. If you have room, I do like that crossbody hammer curl, so that we're not always working the same part of the bicep muscles. 10 seconds to go. Time. All right, next up, we have that lateral step over with the overhead press. Now, again, you can use whatever you'd like. If you want something a little taller, go ahead and put a dumbbell right there to step over, making sure you're stepping nice and high. But if you don't, that's okay too. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. We're gonna step to one side and press. The chair version, just twisting in the chair. Nice, looking good. Halfway there. Five seconds to go. You got it. Time. Nice work. All right, up next we have the back flies and the front raise. So grabbing whatever weights are right for you for this exercise. I'm going with my light ones because I gotta tell you, I've hit my back like 4 times already this week. So I'm going light on this one. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. For the chair version, you're still finding that little bend forward. Doesn't have to be a full 45 degrees, especially in the chair. So find what works for you. And again, you're pushing into the floor with your heels. I'm playing with the hand position to find what works best for you for your shoulders. Making sure we don't feel any pinching, any stabbing pains, nothing like that. So remember, we do not believe in no pain, no gain here. We believe in no pain is good, and we want to keep it that way. 10 seconds to go. Time. Perfect. Set those weights down for just a second. Roll through your shoulders a couple times in each direction. And then grab your weight for your squat hold and twist. Now the chair version is just a twist. 1 minute on the clock. And here we go. So you're just holding the weight out in front of you and twisting it from side to side. Watching out so you don't bang onto your chair. And all of these chair exercises are easier if you scoot up to the edge. If you're sitting all the way back in your chair, you're gonna bump into the back a lot more. And they're easier if you have a chair with no arms as well. Or like your sofa or whatever. As long as you can sit in a way that's supported and has room to move, you're good. 20 seconds to go. Time. Nice work. All right, up next we have that halo. So again, grabbing the weight that's right for you. Might be the same weight, might be a lighter weight, up to you. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. We'll do 30 seconds in each direction. Nothing really changes for the seated version on this one, except you're, sitting instead of standing. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Switching directions in 3, 2, 1, and switch. Beautiful. This is a super sneaky tricep exercise, especially if you keep that weight down close to your neck. Beautiful. And time. All right, last one is that weighted alternating calf raise, which is a whole mouthful. for such a simple exercise. Grab the weight that's right for you. If you're doing the seated version, you're still pedaling out the feet with that little angle. And here we go. So you're just pedaling out the feet. That little lean forward, keeping everything in tight. Beautiful, halfway done. Ten seconds to go. You got this. And time. Nice job. All right, that is the end of our second set. Go grab some water. We still have one set to go. All right, for our third set, I am going to do a mixed set. Some seated, some standing. You can choose whichever version you would like. Getting ready for the deadlift with those hammer curls. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. I'm using some of my heavier weights for this. You use the weight that's right for you. And honestly, what's heavy for one person may not be for another. Right now, as my heavy weights, I tend to use 15s. But I've worked my way up over the last couple years. When I first started weight training, my heavy weights were about 7 pounds. So it kind of depends on where you are and what your goals are. Some people want to lift actually like really heavy and they want to get up to like their own body weight. I personally want to stick with light and high reps. So I'll max out probably around 30 pounds. Time. All right, up next we have that lateral step over with the overhead press. And again, whether you're seated or standing, totally up to you. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Now, if you struggle with knees, hips, ankles, any of the lower body stuff, and you want to start out doing the standing version and then move to the seated if it gets too much, that's okay too. So we're coming up on the halfway point. You might be like, yeah, my knees thought they were okay, but now they're not. That's okay. Just have a seat. No worries. You have to make the workout that's going to work for you. "15 seconds to go. Time. Up next, we have those back flies with the front raises. So again, finding the position that's going to work for you. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Beautiful. You guys look amazing. Remembering that soft bend in the elbows the whole time, even when you're reaching up overhead. Five seconds to go, almost there. Time. Nice job. All right. Moving from here into that squat hold and twist, seated or standing. 1 minute on the clock. And here we go. Perfect. You may notice that I'm looking straight ahead. That's because I'm looking at you guys. You should let your head and neck turn as you're moving the weight side to side. Nice. "20 seconds to go. Time. All right, moving into our halo. Maybe that same weight, maybe a different weight. Find the one that works best for you. 1 minute on the clock. And here we go. Looking good. Last set. You got this. Switching directions in 2, 1, and switch. Ten seconds to go. Almost there. Time. Perfect. Okay. Last one, that weighted alternating calf raise. 1 minute on the clock. And here we go. Nice little kind of a half crouch. We've done that before. Holding that weight right in front of your chest and then just pedaling it out. Check in with your spine here. Maybe tuck your tail under a little more. Maybe kind of tuck that chin in just a little bit like you're making a double chin. Helps keep everything in a nice straight line. Ten more seconds. Time. Beautiful. Oh, all right. That's the end of our third set. It went super fast today. All right, so grab a little more water. All we have left is our final stretch. And of course, your friendly reminder to make sure your space is clear. Move those weights out of the way. All right, bringing it back into center. Starting with a nice deep breath. Just letting everything relax, feet about hip width apart. And then going into a nice side bend. Maybe put your hand on your hip for support. Maybe let it hang down for a little more of a stretch. Up to you. You decide what feels good in your body. One more moment here. And then turning like you're reaching across to the side of the room, reaching out nice and active. And then just imagine you're grabbing a doorknob. Give it just a little turn back and forth. Just rotating your arm in your shoulder socket just a little bit. One more to each direction. Oh, and then let everything hang down to the floor for just a moment. One more breath here. And then nice big bend in the knees, roll all the way up. Rotate the shoulders down and back. Beautiful. And then go into the other side. So nice big side bend. Maybe the hand on the hip, maybe the hand down on the thigh. Maybe just let that hand hang loose. Up to you to what feels good for you. And then turning, reaching across. And then just that little rotation. One more here. And then letting everything hang down. Nice and loose and soft. And then big bend. Roll all the way up. And rotate those shoulders forward 3 times. Beautiful. From here, taking one leg, and you're going to put it out in front with your toes up. But we're going to try a little cross body action. So see how that feels for you. And then still doing that little lean forward. It adds a little extra stretch through the outside of the thigh for some people. If you don't like it, just put that foot back where it normally goes, right in front, and focus on the back of the leg. But if that extra stretch through the side body feels good for you, you can keep that foot over across. You can also hold onto a wall or a chair. The balance is a little tricky on this one. Coming back up. And then same thing on the other side. It can go in front or across. And then that little lean forward just until you feel a good stretch. And again, feel free to have something here to put your hand on, because it's not supposed to be like a strength training or balance challenge. It's just supposed to be a stretch. I guess you could do it as a balance challenge. That might be fun too. We might revisit this. One more moment here. And then coming back up. Bringing the feet apart. Hands up overhead. Oh, nice. Forward fold. Little bend in the knees. Keep them soft. And just let everything relax. And then from here, we're gonna bend one knee and kind of rotate over to the other side so that we get a really good stretch through the inside thigh. One more moment here. And then coming back to center, go to the other side, bend that knee, and just rotate just until you feel a good stretch through the inside thigh. Depending on your body, you may also feel it through your low back and side body. Just depends on what's tight today. And coming back to center. One more big bend in the knees. Roll all the way up. And then we'll finish off with our favorite shoulder stretch. Bringing one arm across. And then today we're just gonna do one ear over to one shoulder. And then to the other shoulder. And then back up to center and release. And then again, over to one side. And the other side. And back to center and release. You guys are all done. Thank you so much for coming out today. I will see you on Thursday.